Dylan loves his Nana spaghetti recipe. It's not your typical spaghetti with the original red sauce. It's a little bit different, but it is delicious. He's at the property working right now, and I figured I would surprise him with it for dinner tonight. So let's get over here and get into it. The funny thing about this cookbook is that some of it is in alphabetical order and then the rest of it is just wherever. So I always have a hard time trying to find what I need. But I know that her spaghetti recipe is in this cookbook. I was looking in the wrong cookbook. All right, I've got my water boiling for my noodles. In the meantime, I'm gonna brown the ground chuck. It'd help if I turn it on. Funny little side note, one time Taylor and Sophia were here to stay. One of these knobs got turned right before bedtime. We didn't realize it until the next morning. I walked in here and I smelled gas. We had to call the gas company. I had to go wake Taylor and Sophia up to make sure that they were alive and okay. Everything was fine. We were all good, but we definitely check these before we go to bed every night now. Our water is boiling. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of salt. I heard if you add the salt before, it makes it not boil as fast. I don't know if that's true or not, because it's just me and Dylan that are gonna be eating this. I'm only gonna do half a box of protein noodles. We do protein to make it just a tad bit healthier, and they taste delicious. They taste just like the real thing. Do y'all break yours in half? Don't come for me. And then we're gonna add in some long ones too. This recipe does call for 1.5 pounds of ground chuck. I only had 1 pound, so that's all we're using. I forgot to set a timer for the noodles. We're gonna cook those about 8 minutes. I think that they've been on for like 2, so we're gonna say 6 minutes. So the trick is, don't drain the grease. This is not a healthy spaghetti recipe. Even though we're using protein noodles, this is not gonna be healthy. You gotta leave the grease in for it to taste good. Now that our meat is brown, I'm gonna add in a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of black pepper. That seems like a lot, but I'm trusting it. And half a cup of chopped onion. Now I know y'all saw the onion and the pre-diced onion sitting there, and I just used the pre-diced onion, okay? I am who I am. Sue me. We're gonna let that finish browning, and then we'll add in our sauces. 1.5 cans of tomato soup. That is if you use 1.5 pounds of ground chuck. Since we used a little less, I'm gonna do about 1.25 cans. I ended up doing about 1.5. Noodles are done. Now back to our sauce. We're gonna add a can of cream of mushroom. Okay, we're gonna give this a good mix, and then we're gonna reduce the heat and let it simmer. Now while it's simmering, you wanna stir it a good bit, okay? Just stick by it and stir it up, okay? Don't let it stick to the bottom of the pan. One thing about his Nana spaghetti, I didn't care for it at first, and now I prefer this spaghetti over regular jarred spaghetti sauce. And I don't know why I've never made it, because it's so easy. We're gonna let that simmer, and then we're gonna cook the bread and fix the salad, and then we're gonna surprise Dylan when he gets home. I think that looked a lot cooler in my head. Now we're gonna wait on Dylan. He is almost home, and we're gonna surprise him with the meal.